Hello everybody, welcome to our Betway Weighted to Win. Let's get straight into action now for the running of the second race. I've got Darren Burrows on the line. Daryl Marie is not with us today. He'll be back in action again on Friday. But it's bipots. Darren, let's get straight into it. I'll give you an idea on the Betway market as to what the story is. 9 to 20, odds on about number 7. Super awesome. So I guess, can we tick that box and banker at that in the bipot?
Definitely, Clyde. It all depends on the first-timers because the raced horses, Super Awesome has by far the best form. So surely he's going to be enough for the first two. Now, there are first-timers. You got Tony Peter with two of them, numbers 6 and 9. You've got to follow the market closer to race time, but surely Super Awesome, on his recent form, he should survive the bipot.
Yeah, he's been fairly consistent. That horse, Yasha, came out of there and won. I don't know how strong that is, but there's at least a winner from that form line, which is always helpful. Bipots, Darren's worked out for us, so we'll go and have a look at what he'd like to do in this race. And he's bankering the 7, no surprises, by banker 6 in the second leg of the bipot in the form of Golden Pavilion. Then he's going 1, 3, 4, 9, 10 and 11 in the third leg of the bipot. The next one is going to bank at the 8, then 1, 2, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. We're at the Vaal Classic. We're going 1450 metres in the third now. It's time for place accumulators. For racing, thanks and appreciates Diane Stenger, maiden plate. Diane Stenger, been around a long time. She had some very nice horses in her time too. And on that note, happy birthday to Rhys van Wyk. He had a successful stint with Diane Stenger as well. Okay, let's get the market up, Darren, and give you an idea as to what the guys are doing here. Number 1, Viva de Janeiro is trading at 2 to 1. 6, Golden Pavilion is trading at around 22 to 10. And the 5, Circle of Grace is trading at 4 to 1. 11 to 2 and bar those 3. When I looked at your bipot, I noticed you went for the second choice, Alec Laird and Calvin Habib's horse, Golden Pavilion, bankering that. You're still on track with that, right?
Yes, Clyde, I like this horse a lot. I haven't tipped a PA. I've tipped a straight bet on Golden Pavilion for this race. I say wherever Rio de Janeiro runs, Golden Pavilion should be in front of. They finished a nose apart last time out. That was Golden Pavilion's first run around the bend. He was still immature. You could see he was going to learn a lot from that race. So seeing that there was only a neck separating numbers 1 and 6, I believe Golden Pavilion will turn the tables on Viva de Janeiro. The only danger could be the first-timer, Kudzu, a Flower Alley out of Headstrong. She was a top race mare. So let's follow the market closely with regards to number 7, but I feel Golden Pavilion worth a strike and the stable's in hot form.
Of that, they certainly are. There is no doubt. So Golden Pavilion to turn the tables on Viva de Janeiro as far as Darren is concerned. And you heard what he said. He hasn't worked out a PA. I'm sure you guys can. But he has told you it's probably worth a bit of a strike, this horse Golden Pavilion, who on the Wednesday morning was trading at around 11 to 5. Now, pick 6 time. Darren would have worked one out for us here. And here, number 2, Zoom Lady, 9 to 2 favourite. 1, Green Bubbles, 5 to 1. Number 10, Pass the Baton, 11 to 2. 3, Count Your Chances, 6 to 1. The 4, The Work of Life, is at 6 to 1. You can get 7 to 1 and better about the others. Let's talk about it. What is race 4? It happens to be a maiden class field. It's named after Querbus Roux. For racing, thank and appreciate him for his effort. And it's over 1450 metres. Just how deep you going here, pick 6s, Darren?
Clyde, this race could prove very tricky. You've got a lot of the Sweet Basil form. You've got a lot of the Silver Sanctuary form with numbers 9, 10, and 11 only running 2 lengths apart. On a line of form behind Let's Go Now, number 11 finished 3.8 lengths behind Silver Sanctuary and 7.5 lengths off Let's Go Now. Then you go to number 4, The Work of Life. They dropped her in trip last time out. She was only beaten 3 lengths by Let's Go Now, and there's been a winner from that form line. And Let's Go Now actually runs the day before this at Scottsville. So we're recording this a day in advance. So we'll see now if Let's Go Now has franked that form. So I'm leaning towards the 4, The Work of Life. Over numbers 9, 10, and 11. Zoom Lady, very costly to follow, and I don't think she'll have the stamina.
Yeah, I see there's more than one winner now from Let's Go Now. Obviously, there may be even another, as you alluded to, with Let's Go Now running on the Wednesday. But Canford Rose came out of there, as did Micka's Bomb. So that's already been franked. So that's Darren's first choice, but it's a pick six. So there'll be a few more to consider, where he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, by banker 8, by 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, by 2 and 5. And no chances at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A maiden class field over 2,000 metres, perhaps an open race. The market, though, has got two horses really there. They've got 8 Leonardo at 12 to 10, and number 3 Mun's Knight at 19 to 10. Those do appear to be the two. Darren, I thought interesting choice of ride here, where number 1 Time to Meditate has now got Keegan de Mello taking the ride for Wayo Mowing.
Yeah, he must have a chance, Clyde. You know, he ran second to American Grayson, who came straight out of the maidens and won a handicap over 3,000 meters. But I think he's more of a stayer. I like Leo Alado. Now, he ran second to Yoma Sunshine, who was all the rage. And they pulled 5 lengths clear of the third runner, 8 lengths clear of the fourth runner. So they were well stretched out. This horse matched Yoma Sunshine the final 100 meters. And it looked like he was going to go on by, and then Yuma Sunshine fought back at him. I thought that was a good enough effort to beat a field of this nature. I've chosen to banker him. Reason why, because Man's Knight's had his chances. He's had 11 runs in the maiden. He is limited. So the improver in the race, the 2-year-old Leo Alado.
Okay, the 2-year-old Leonardo, Darren's first choice. He would have worked out a jackpot, I imagine. So let's get our jackpots on now, where we're bankering the 8, take our chances, banker Leonardo by 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, by 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, what's the plan here? Number 6, LMB is the 19 to 10 favourite. 1, Cape Lights is at 12 to 5, second choice. And number 5, Say Yes, is trading at 5 to 2. 10 to 1 bar the 3, Darren. I know, a bit of a tricky race. I've been looking at this horse, Admire Me. I see it's dropped slightly in the rating, if I recall correctly. I think did it drop £5? Let me just have a quick look. I think it did. It was coming off a 90. And is currently, what is it off now? An 85, 86. Yeah, 85. Maybe that'll help. I don't know if you give it a chance. What's your first choice?
I do give it a chance, Clyde. I think there could be a result here. You know, Admire Me dropped £5 in one run, and she's having her third run after a rest. So her second run back wasn't bad. You've got a horse like Ululate. She's the rank outsider in the race, and I think she'll be competitive in this type of company. The top of the board, LMB. Now, she's an improving 3-year-old. She won a good race beating Kayla's champ last time out. She can follow up. Say Yes from the Peter stable. Impressive winner last time out. She could also go close. And Cape Light's not out of it too.
All right, so there we go. It's quite competitive. There are a few horses in the race that have got chances. So here's what we're going to do. Darren's recommending we take the following jackpot. It's a second jackpot opportunity. No bankers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, by 2 and 5, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the whole jackpot covered, 600. $14.50 meters. Will this horse Surveyorman go start to finish again or not? Will it take a hold and get away? We'll see what Darren thinks. The 5 Surveyorman is Sir Yaverman is at 5 to 4 favourite. Number 4, Captain of Grit, is trading at 9 to 2, second choice. I wonder if it's those two, or are we going to start digging a bit deeper into include the likes of One Global Impact, whom last run we can probably write off. I'm sure better than that performance. 7 Lord Varus not out of it, 13-2, and the 2 Kayla's Champ is marked up at 15-2. And whilst we're on it, we can quote number 3 Johnny Dogs, who on the Wednesday was priced up at 9-1. I kind of like Sir Yaverman again and think it can win again, Darren, and perhaps even start to finish. I don't know. What do you make of it?
Yes, he'll probably try and go start to finish tactics once again, as long as he doesn't overdo it in front. I've seen him take a hold sometimes and then fade the final 200 meters. Last time out, he went quite fast up front, but he was settled, and he actually trotted up. He got a 6-point penalty. It's not going to be as easy this time around. I've actually played to beat him in the exotics, but it'll be no surprise to see him follow up. Global Impact comes out of the Cup trial behind Winchester Mansion. No kind of run. He's better than that. He's dropping in class. Kayla's Champ, this filly, she's taken on some of the best horses around at one point of her career. She's really, she's done well for the connections. She's not out of it. Johnny Dogs, the drop-in trip is going to suit him. And then Captain of Grit, the drop-in trip's also going to suit him. So I made it more open than what the betting suggests.
Okay. There might be a few more than Sir Yaverman in this race, which is understandable. It's 7, 8, 9 to come. Let's have a look at what the boys are recommending here. Darren's suggestion is let's take a pick 3 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Now you've got an idea as to what he likes in race 8 and 9. In race 8, he says 2 and 5. And in race 9, all those horses because it's rather open. Now we're going over 1,200 meters. It is around the turn, and let's have a look at what they're doing in the markets here. Favourite, as I refresh, is 4-1 the field. 5 Thunderstone, 4-1. Number 2, Moonshining Through, is trading at 9-2. Number 3, Ozenker is 5-1. And number 10, Foster Nova is 6-1. 11, Captain Hindsight, got a chance, 7-1. And number 8, Smith & Wesson is 15-2, as well as number 7, Tsar Bomber at 15-2. That was on the Wednesday morning. Closer to race time, you guys can have a look as to what's drifted and what hasn't, where the money has come. What do you think will shorten here, Darren? Which one do you think they'll come for?
I can see them coming for Thunderstone. Last time out, he left his run a stride or two too late behind Moonshining Through, and those are the 2 horses I'm leaning towards. Now, Moonshining Through was striding a lot better than she has in the past. I think they've overcome her problems. And the way she was moving last time out, she could be back to best. She's beaten the likes of Desert Miracle. She's very classy on her day, and she could make it another win. I just made the danger Thunderstone on that good last effort. I think there's more to come from him.
Okay, there was only a neck separating them the last time. Let's see what comes of it today. Darren indicating that perhaps the money is going to come for that horse Thunderstone for Roy Magna. Muzieni is now riding Thunderstone, and the swingers' recommendation here go both of those 2 and 5. Darren, let's go to the last race. Classified stakes over 1,200 metres. Runs at around 20 past. Market's got 3 Brosnan favourite 5-2. 2 fully loaded 9-2. This is Wednesday. 1 Fort Lauderdale 5-1. The 4 After Hours 5-1. And number 5 Lulu's Boys 13-2. So is the 8 Run for Isla at 13-2. There's also a 10-1. That form line has been really good. Written in stone, Darren. I just had a look at the form. You can dissect it for us, but when I go back to Written in Stone's last run, where Spring Will Come and who beat Mabaneng. Mabaneng won. Written in Stone was 3rd. We're waiting for that to run on Thursday. The 4th horse, Meet the Captain, came from there, won directly. And a horse who ran last or thereabouts, a horse called Back to Basics, came out and won. So that's the strongest form line in this race, Written in Stone. Give it a chance.
I've been following this horse for a couple of years now, Clyde. The draw is a concern because he's drawn 10 out of 10 on the bend. So that has to be a concern, but I haven't excluded him. Fort Lauderdale interests me because last time out, I mean, he moved up towards the inside of the track, and I thought he was going to go on by, and then they just came back at him at the line. He got beat a length and a half by After Hours, who he meets again half a kilo worse off. So I thought Fort Lauderdale could be a place bet in this race. Brosnan joined the Peter stable, done nothing wrong, a first and a second over the 1,000 meters. Now he goes 1,200. So it's a very tricky race. I played all 10 horses in the pick 6, the pick 3, just about everything.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. It is a competitive race. Just on the note of Fort Lauderdale, right behind, a neck behind Fort Lauderdale was that horse Samoa, who of course came out and won next time out. So might just be the right one, Fort Lauderdale, for Darren. Let's see, this is the last. What are we doing? We're going with Fort Lauderdale, recommending, he says it's a place, Fort Lauderdale, have a place strike on that horse, number 1 on the card, and that's trading at around 5-1 at this point in time, and you may be able to get 15-10, perhaps 2-1 a place. Let's see how it all plays out. Race time.